Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am creating 3 more custom spreads for 3 of my platinum tier patrons. The first will be for Grizel, who asked for a classic vertical rainbow style spread. Debbie asked for a new healthy habits spread, which I'm super excited about, and of course rainbows too. And then Jennifer asked for a big dashboard spread with a snowman theme for the month of January. So I will get into all of these spreads. I'll link the things that I end up using down below. Otherwise, let's go. For Grizel's spread, I'm going to start off with this really pretty scrapbook paper from the Hip Kit Club, and it has this big rainbow swoosh across it, and I'm going to trim out that rainbow and I'm going to cut it to fit in these sections of this happy planner spread. I thought it would be fun to do just a bright, colorful, lots of rainbow theme spread to really brighten up January. I know there can be this feeling of just kind of winter blues after the holidays are over. Things, are gray outside, that kind of feeling. So why not brighten it up in your planner? I'm going to use my X-Acto knife right here to try to make sure that the paper fits exactly. It doesn't go all the way through because this is pretty thick cardstock. I do attempt to go all the way through later on. The X-Acto knife is one of those tools that I never thought I would use as a planner. I always thought, why do people actually need that? But the truth is I use it all of the time. So it's definitely a helpful tool. I'm going to be pretty generous on the adhesive just to make sure everything sticks in here. I want it to really hold up as she gets set. It's so fun to have a bright planner spread in your planner in the new year. I'm so excited to work on setting up 2023 planners. I cannot believe we're there. This year has just flown by, and creating these custom planner spreads has definitely been a highlight for me. It's fun to see what my patrons come up with. It's fun to see their ideas, and I love the challenge of working in some different spreads each month. It's a lot of fun for sure. So let's get all the paper as the background. Scrapbook paper is a fantastic way to really create a custom look in your planner. You can create all kinds of unique looks. I like to use it as background for a lot of my pages. You can use, you can create your own boxes. You can trim out shapes. There's so many different options, and it, like I said, it creates something unique that not everybody's going to have in their planner. All right, once I get this set, I just need to trim off one more edge. I am using my T ruler just to keep a straight line as I use my X-Acto knife with the scrapbook paper. I don't want to cut all the way through the page, so I do just make that indentation with the X-Acto knife, and then I can pull it up with my scissors and get it down on the page. Like I said, this paper is from the Hip Kit Club. I am one of their subscribers, so I receive a scrapbook kit collection from them every month that includes paper and ephemera and stickers and things like that. So this particular month was definitely a bright rainbow themed. I'm kind of thinking it was August, but now I'm not totally sure which month it is. But as part of that collection, you also get paper pieces. So I'm going to use these paper pieces to help set off Grizel's spread. So there are several tags. Tags are fabulous. Tags and journaling spots work really well in your planner spreads because you can write on them, and they a lot of times will have lines and things like that. So I'll definitely look and see which ones of those might work on Grizel's spread. I love this You Light Up My World. That is so fun and bright. This spread, you guys, just makes me so happy. I love the yes, the excitement of the new year, the bright colors. This little bookshelf is adorable. So I thought that would be good. I'm just looking for pieces. I didn't really want to do bugs or butterflies or anything like that. It really didn't feel very New Year's-y to me, but I thought these other ones, and this one says embrace new journeys, I believe, which I thought would be super fun for the new year. So I'm going to use these as the basis, and then we're going to come back with some simple rainbow boxes to create a more functional layout, because of course right now it's highly decorative and not super functional, which is fine. You can start like that and then add the functionality over the top. I'm going to start adhering things down on the page. This little floral frame, super cute. as I work my way across the page, that's when I'm going to start to add functionality, and that's when we're really going to go with that rainbow feel. A typical rainbow planner spread goes from left to right and has all of the colors of the rainbow represented, and you kind of stick in that color. I hope Grizel doesn't mind that I changed it up just a little bit. I just couldn't. I saw this paper after she asked for a rainbow spread, and I could not pass up the chance to use it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start pulling out of the Rainbow Boxes Mega Book and adding functionality. You can see the stickers go right over the top, and it gives you some writing space. I am going to stick with rainbow here. So we did the pink checklist, and then we're going to do orange and yellow together as the next kind of set. I wanted to give plenty of room to write so that you can keep lists and things like that, Grizel, but we are going to embrace the rainbow. And of course, the rainbow is in fact scrapbook paper, so you can for sure write over the top of it if you need to, if you need extra room or something like that. But I definitely thought this would be a fun bright spread to start off the year. So we have pink and orange and yellow. Let's take a look at this side. Let's start to get some of the pieces down. This dark blue is represented by this tag, which we'll put over here on Sunday, kind of the prep for the week. I like the yes because I think yes is just a great word for the new year. Yes to new things and new experiences and new habits, and it's going to be a fantastic year, I know, for Grizel and her growing family. So I think it's going to be a pretty much a yes year for them. So we got yes, we got our little pens and markers ready to go. Now let's look and see what boxes we can add. We have another checklist. I always love checklist boxes, so I want plenty of those. And I think for a mom, checklist boxes definitely come in super handy. I just think in lists. Like that's how my brain works when I'm working in my planner. Lists are definitely my go-to. So I think in lists, and I usually want to include lists all over my planner. We'll add the green and then the purple, and I think all the colors are now officially represented, which is awesome. We can layer in a darker green right here just for some extra function, and then why not pull in another ephemera piece with the feather that has all of the rainbow colors. Super cute. There's actually another feather, and I considered putting it down lower where the orange box was, but it didn't work right, so I decided not to end up putting it there. I also want to make sure to leave room over on that left-hand sidebar for more lists, more habits, you know, that kind of thing that you would track in your planner, especially at the beginning of the year. So I found another paper piece that says remember. I will put that right underneath January so that it will be all set, ready to go. I'm trying out some different pieces. I feel like it needs something else down at the bottom. This little cat holding the box that says brave. Yes, adorable. It's a little whimsical. This spread, whimsical, fun, bright, and I'm absolutely in love with it. And I hope, Grizel, you don't mind if I copy this one in my own planner because the rainbow spreads always speak to my heart. So we'll put that one there. And I think it's looking pretty good. What I think it's missing at the moment are some quotes. So I actually pull out black quotes from Amber Plans Her Day. This is a fantastic book. Amber has so many great books that are just like the basics of what you need, and black quotes you can use all of the time. So let's go with throw kindness around like confetti. That is so perfect, and it will fit right in here. Love that. And then I would like to put one over on the left-hand side, but I just need to flip through and figure out what I want. There's kind of some different categories in this book. There's like a girl power category. There's maybe a sarcastic bad day category. There's one that's kind of all about planning. So there's lots of different choices, and I just wanted to make sure to find the right one for Grizel. And this one, let's see what we find here. This is going to be super, yeah. It says, do something creative every day. And I know that is something Grizel loves doing, all kinds of creative little projects. So I'll nestle this one right here. And this spread is done. Grizel, I hope you love it. Next up is Jennifer, and Jennifer uses a big dashboard planner, and she asked for a snowman theme. So I created these snowman stickers with images that I purchased, and we're going to use those stickers as the basis. I didn't want it to feel Christmassy. I wanted it to feel wintry and not Christmassy, so I aimed for snowmen that I thought just we're doing winter activities. I'm using Mojo Jojo's big rainbow boxes. which I just purchased over her Black Friday sale, and I thought these would be perfect. So I used just a few of them, and then I end up using some pink and blue boxes from the Rainbow Boxes Mega Book that I use all the time. That book is like one that I feel like every planner should have. I use mine all of the time. All right, we have our little skiing snowman right here. Jennifer uses the big dashboard, and she doesn't use the left-hand side of the dashboard in the way that it's laid out. She likes to make lists and grocery runs and things like that, all kinds of different lists, which again, I very much relate to because that's how my brain works. And so I like to just put all kinds of boxes and things over here for her so that she has the room for those lists. I opted to use this black and white spotty dot paper. It's actually from Felicity Jane. I thought it a little bit looked like snow, which would be perfect for our snowman idea. So that would be, I thought that would go really well. So there's some different blues in Mojo Jojo's book, and I happened to have chosen a blue at the back of the book that wasn't in the rest of the book. It was only in those back pages, which I didn't realize at the time that I chose it. So I'm going to have to work off some different blues and pinks. Here's a really long checklist. That'll be perfect. And let's put another little snowman. The snowmen have a pretty big impact, so I'm not using a lot of other different decorative stickers. We're just going to stick with these snowmen that are kind of having their fun, playing for a snow day. And Jennifer, you could totally keep this for a week that snow is predicted. I think that would be a lot of fun to kind of have a snow day or snow week spread. And this one would work really well for that. To bring the black and white pattern over to the right side, I'm actually going to end up matting all of the different sticker boxes that I use onto the black and white paper. That brings the pattern over. It brings a little more black and white, and it dresses up those stickers just a little bit, making them a little bit more unique. Again, another fabulous way to use scrapbook paper in your planner just to create something a little bit more unique. I actually totally dig that you can see some of the spotty dots through the sticker. I think that creates an interesting spread. I think it would also be fun to write on these in different colors, perhaps corresponding with the box. So just a thought as you start planning. Jennifer, here's my little snowman with his star. So cute. I love getting them nestled in these little scenes. I think they are adorable, and I really am enjoying the black and white being brought across the page. As I am working on these patron spreads, sometimes it can be hard to figure out how to lay it out because I don't necessarily know how their week is going to go. And I think that's actually a problem that a lot of us run into if we are decorating either in advance, or I know some people decorate in advance and then fill in their planner as they go. And so maybe as you're decorating, you don't know what's coming up. My general rule of thumb is I like to have at least one box or checklist on every day of the week, whether I'm doing vertical or dashboard or horizontal or whichever spread I'm doing. I like to make sure I have at least one place because I think most days you have something you're wanting to highlight, whether it's a task or an appointment or something like that. So I try to have at least one of those per day. And then I do like to have room for all the to-dos. So you need to plan ahead where those are going to be, whether on a dashboard planner like this, you're going to have those listed over on the left-hand side. Maybe you're working in a vertical and you're trying to find places for those throughout the week. Just make sure you are listing places for tasks, not just events, because I think most of us use our planners at those different levels. There's also, I always like to have places for like gratitude or thoughts of the day, just something a little extra that doesn't have to be every day. Maybe you just have a few special places throughout the week, or maybe just one over on the sidebar. But those, keeping track of those type of things in your planner also makes it feel really special. So just really look through that checklist of, do I have a box for events? Do I have tasks? Do I have places for the extra things? That is always really important to include in your spreads. All right, so these are some alpha stickers that I had in my stash, and I'm going to use them. I love that it changes between like this cursive and this kind of italicized print. And I'm going to title up here, Feeling Frosty, which I thought was perfect for our snowmen. I think it's adorable. And it kind of fills in the whole top without using washi tape, which is nice and sets the tone right at the top of the right-hand side. Let's put these last two boxes down. And then over on the left-hand side, I obviously still have a lot of space to fill up because I chose those two long lists. It's a little tricky to figure out what else I want to put over there. I know Jennifer doesn't use the left side a whole bunch. So I think what I'm going to do is put a large title over on the side, and I'm going to go with a title that says Let It Snow, and that'll be there in just a minute. But let's layer our last snowman. We'll put a box up there. Maybe that could be for gratitude or verse of the week or something you want to reflect on that week, maybe a particular goal, focus word, something like that. We'll get our last snowman up there. And then what else can I do? I consider using these circle stickers, but I thought it was going to be too much. I end up not putting anything else as far as boxes or stickers or any of that, but let's put the title. And I cut it out on my Cricut so it could be nice and big and exactly the size I wanted. So I'm very carefully pulling it off, and then we're going to put the title down, Let It Snow. So again, Jennifer, saving this for a week that you think it might snow, or just a week you are missing the snow and you're ready for it to snow. This could definitely be used in January or February, totally up to you. But I think the snowman came out super cute. I was a little worried I would run out of room for snow right there at the end, so I thought I'm going to do let first, then put down snow, and then I just have to do the word it. I just have to make sure it ends up in the middle. Don't want to forget the exclamation point. And then we need this. It'll fit perfectly right in the middle there. And then I always want to remember to dot the I. Of course, the sticker tore a little bit. That's okay. It all went back together. Then we will dot the I. Don't forget that. And then take a look at what else we can add. I'm still missing something for Monday. I feel like I need a box on Monday. I think the checklist box is going to be too much, although I do end up putting it on the paper, but it just doesn't work out. I think in the end, I go with a pink box up there that fits in the space a little bit better. See, I considered putting that checklist there. It was going to be too much. I took it off. I changed my mind. Instead, let's go with one of these pink boxes and again, put it on the paper and wrap this one up. So this is Jennifer's snowman theme for January, snowman themed dashboard. Let me know what you think of it below. I think it came out really nice. It feels, I know the busyness of the pattern paper is there, but otherwise it feels very clean to me, which I like very, very much. All right, I loved Debbie's request for her New Year spread. Debbie has some health and fitness and like all the goals for the new year, which I think we all relate to so much. And she was saying that perhaps she could use a spread, not for the very beginning of January, but later on in the month as some extra encouragement, places to check in. Debbie uses the big teacher layout for her wellness. I actually didn't have a big teacher layout, and so she said it would be fine to use a vertical, and I went with the checklist vertical. This is an old Miss Maker page that I'm going to redate for her. I think the checklist down the middle is perfect because you can track all kinds of things on that checklist. You have the dot grid at the top. I think this is a really functional planner for wellness purposes. And I want this to be bright and happy and encouraging. So we're starting out with these florals. These are from Live Love Posh. I'm obsessed with these particular florals, and these are my last 2 pages of them, which makes me really sad. I've used them on multiple spreads. They are so pretty. And we're going to make a huge impact by just putting them down the middle of 2 pages, trimming off the edges. I'll cut them apart at the end. And then I'm going to grab the Feels Like Sunshine book. This was released in the fall from the Happy Planner. It is perfect for your wellness. This is like your mental health book. It has all these great check-ins. It's a fabulous book. I have this book. I have the planner. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in my 2023 lineup, and this is going to come in handy for this spread. I added rainbows because rainbows make me happy, and I want this to be an inspiring page for Debbie. So why not include a few rainbows in your flowers? I don't think that ever hurt anybody. So little rainbows in your flowers are perfect just to add a little extra. Let's trim off some of these pieces. And then the other one I got, this was a big fitness book from last year, and it has all of these great quotes. They're super large and perfect for a big impact. So I'm going to do this one down here. It says, do this for you, a good reminder to help motivate yourself. And then there's holographic quotes in here. There's so many great quotes to start off your new year. I'm trying to figure out where I might want other quotes, and I'm gonna go with this one. This is big, holographic, love the foil. It says, you can. End of story. Just a little extra encouragement for you, Debbie, as you are working on all those goals. I am definitely cheering you on. I have lots of goals. A lot of mine have to do with mental health and mental health goals, and refocusing on some things for myself in 2023. And I think using your planner to track those things is just such a great tool for your success, because I know I'm a visual person. So getting to add things into my planner to help me track, that certainly helps me towards those goals. I do want to make sure I leave the spread pretty open so that Debbie can use it how she sees fit. I know it's not the typical wellness spread that she uses, but I did check and she will be okay with this. But therefore, I want to give her a lot of space. Now let's look at the top. I'm definitely going to have to cover up the January/February, and I will definitely be redating this particular planner spread because it's from last year. But let's go with the sticker, always believe you can. Just a little encouragement right here at the top. I just need to grab a little whiteout for this extra little piece. You can tell I always lose stuff when I'm doing these custom planner spreads. It blows up my craft studio. There are stickers, there's paper, there's everything everywhere. It's a lot of fun to work on them, but man, do I make a huge mess for these custom spreads. All right, that one will look good right there. Let's look for a new date. This is Keleva Plan Dated Basics. This is from last year. I'm looking for January. I have trouble finding it. I do find it eventually. I just was looking for the bigger one, but the smaller one will work right in here. And then I'm just going to grab some different numbers. Again, I aimed for the third week of January. I figured the first week, everyone's excited. Second week, you're kind of getting in a groove. And the third week is when you need a little encouragement to stick with some of those goals. And then we're just going to add a few little decorative elements, some boxes. I didn't go overboard on Debbie's spread with the boxes and everything, because I know she's going to have a lot to write on a wellness spread, a lot to track, that kind of thing. Whether it's, exercise or meals or quiet time or sleep, water, whatever it is. So I'm going to add a few boxes. I also pull out the book Essential Trackers, which was released as part of the fall release. It is fabulous for all of your goal tracking because there are tracker stickers that make it super easy. So I do add a couple of water trackers in the book for her because I think that's something almost everyone tracks for their mental health. So I'm going to add those in, a little check-in on what went well for the week, and then a few goal trackers that will fill in the left-hand sidebar, and this spread will be done. So let me know what you thought of these three spreads. We had Grizell's rainbow spread, we had Jennifer's snowman spread, and we had Debbie's New Year's habits spread. So let me know which ones you like down below. I will link all of the stickers and supplies and all that goodness in the description box, so you can look down there to check those out. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you guys so much. You are awesome. If you want to check out Patreon, there's a link to that in the description box as well. All right, I hope that you guys have an absolutely fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.